I told you that if you play this game, you will lose every friend you've ever had? Is that something you might be interested in? What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Going Analog. My name is BouseFeenux, and today we're taking a look at Titan Race. This is a game by Funforge Games. It plays for 2 to 6 players, and it plays in about half an hour. This is essentially Mario Kart, the board game. So if you're looking to switch over to board games and you haven't really played any yet, and you're a big fan of racing games where you try to screw over your buddies, you're gonna love Titan Race. Basically, the objective and the premise of this game is you're one of 6 Titan pilots. They each have their own unique powers. Now, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be racing across these different tracks and trying to get ahead of your opponents, avoid their traps, and make it to the finish line, complete your laps, and that's how you win the game. It's got some really unique mechanics, and I really enjoy this game. I've only played it a couple times so far because I just got it recently, but I'm having a blast with it. So for only $30, you get a ton of game packed in this tiny little box. Let's open it up and take a look at some of the stuff here. First of all, the box is really well designed. It's super sturdy, super stiff. You're not gonna have to worry about taking it off the shelf and it falling apart, which is something that honestly I have a couple games that have that issue. So you have a rule book here, very well illustrated, very well made. So if you're kind of a learn by pictures type person, you know, this is going to be really good for you. Really easy to get into. And then one of the most impressive things about this game are its tiles. These are the race tracks that we're going to be racing over. So as you can see here, they're different, they're varied, and the cool thing too is they each have their own hazards, which is really nice. Like, this is a lava track, it's got its own dangers and hazards. I know the one that I've played on is actually like an ice track, and if you hit these certain little spots here, you go sliding. So it's actually a very immersive little game. Inside the box is really awesome. It's got storage for everything that comes with the game, which is super exciting for me. You have your dashboard for your character, you have all the different item cards, and the art on these cards is just fantastic. We'll show you a close-up of these here in a second, but just like some of the art on the cards there is very nice looking. They're very sturdy, they're very well designed, they're not cheap card stock. This is a game that's definitely going to stand up to being played a lot. Then you have your little tokens here that go everywhere when you smack them, or when you squeeze them between your fingers. And then you get minis with this as well. So if you like to paint miniatures, if you have miniatures, and you like games that have those, this is going to be an awesome game for you. There's only 6 that come with it currently, but it's still pretty nice, especially if you're just going to get into miniature painting and you're into that sort of thing. You can definitely do that. So it looks pretty, it sounds cool. Let's actually see how this game is played. I'm going to set this up and give you guys a quick demo. So what I've done here is I've set up basically a game for 3 players. If you're playing with 2 players, each player gets 2 Titans to control, but if you're playing with any more than 2, everybody just gets 1. So what you want to do is you want to take a die and you'll roll it to see who goes first. If it lands on your color of monster, so it landed on the blue one, I control the blue Titan, so I would end up going first. Now, to start my turn out, what you're gonna do is you'll grab all the die here, you'll roll them, and then you'll choose 1 die out of everything that was rolled. So this is everything here. If you get, let's say, a die with your Titan's color on it, you can grab that, and if you use that die, it actually restores 1 health point, except there's 1 monster that it doesn't do. So these are basically the different actions you can take are on these die. This one allows you to move diagonally 3 spaces. This one allows you to move forward and place a trap. This one allows you to move forward twice. This one allows you to move forward or or diagonally. You have to do both, but you can choose what order you do that in. And this one allows you to move diagonally twice and deal damage to something in front of you. So those are a lot of good options there. I'm going to go ahead and choose, since there's nobody else out on the board right now, I'm going to try and get ahead as fast as I can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the diagonal die. So I'm going to grab that. I set these aside. The next person, without rolling the die, chooses which one they want. Let's say that he wants this one. So he's going to move forward and put a trap. And then Slaug will go with this one. Now, normally this would restore a health point, but since it's the beginning of the game, it doesn't. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to go first. So I decide where I want to start my Titan. I can start in one of these 3 spaces down here. And then I decide where I want to move to. So let's say I'll start here, and I want to move diagonally 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. I hit an ice patch, and on this tile, there's a special mechanic that makes you slide in the direction that you were originally moving. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and slide all the way over here, because I hit that one, and then I hit that one, and I slide. That's really cool. That got me pretty far ahead. Now it's the next person's turn. They're going to choose where they want to start. Let's say they want to screw me over, so they're going to start here. They're going to move one spot, and then they can put a trap in any one of these 3 spaces, and then that's a little trap token like this. Those go on there. So he can put that right here, he can put it right here, you know, anywhere he wants. And then, let's say somebody's to move over that, they would then take 1 damage. And the cool thing is, if you want to really make people mad, you can move them over their own traps. And basically, the game continues like this until one person has completed 3 laps. So if you go to the top of the map, you respawn at the bottom, and then that is a completed lap, essentially. So you'll go all the way, you'll try to make your way all the way to the top, taking the different die that are spawned for you randomly, trying to avoid your enemies here that are placing traps. They have special power cards that kind of tip the game in their favor. And then, of course, there are the item cards as well, which are varied, and they all have a bunch of different, you know, abilities. They change the game in different ways. It's a very interesting game. It's a lot of fun to play. So pretty cool, right? You can imagine some of the scenarios that would sort of ensue from you guys trying to just mess each other up, kick each other off the track, bumping into each other, knocking each other out, trying to get to the finish line before your friends do. It can be a lot of fun to play this game with a good group of people. Just make sure that you guys are really good friends, because like I said at the beginning, it is very possible for you guys to get super salty and just totally destroy your friendship over this game, because you can really screw your friends over. Now, how does it all stack up, right? What's this game? What's it feel like? What's it worth? What would I rate it? Overall, if I were to rate this game on a scale of 1 to 5, I would have to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 cute, adorable monsters out of 5. I think this is a really solid game. I don't know if I'll ever rate any game a 5, and I don't know if I'll ever rate any game less than a 4, but I think it's just kind of fun to put a rating on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Going Analog. Again, I'm BouseFeenux, and we covered this awesome game, Titan Race. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next video, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.